Hey everybody, this is Lonnie again. Just so you know, it's really me. I'm in the airport at Newark. I'm just about to head to Switzerland. I just thought I'd show you a little quick uh, deal, a little quick representation of what paperwork you have to do to travel internationally right now. This is my vaccination record. This paper is a contact tracing thing I have to fill out to go through Switzerland. This paper is my alternative state quarantine hotel evidence that I've booked it. And there's like 4 sheets here that are my insurance that I have to buy to go to Thailand. And I got 2 sheets here that are COVID tests. So, and I had to download a contact tracing app for Thailand. So that's just it real quick. I just thought I'd throw it out there for fun to log the trip and make it obvious to everyone what's going on out here. It's I think it's pretty interesting. So I will talk to you all later. Oh, I should say that they require me to present all this evidence at every stop so far. So like Bangkok is tracking my trip. They just want to know, at every airport I head towards there, that I have all of the stuff that. Oh, I don't think I even showed you the. There is also a certificate of entry to enter Thailand. So that's another piece of paper that should be in this pile somewhere. So there's quite a lot, really. And most people have treated me pretty well, but there have been some bumps in the road. Okay, talk to you later. Hello everybody, it's Lonnie Roth. I thought I'd give an update on my trip to Thailand during COVID times. It's been beyond entertaining. It's been upsetting, aggravating. Let's see. So, I am now in Switzerland. And after my 3 COVID tests in Colorado, I got to Switzerland. The COVID test problem in Denver led to a change in flights. And then when I arrived to Switzerland, they wouldn't let me get on the plane to Bangkok. The reason that they stated was that my certificate of entry had expired. Now, I took a little time afterwards to read my certificate of entry, and it specifically states that if there's a flight cancellation or adjustment, that I have 72 hours to get to Thailand. They did not read this, apparently, and at this time I'm in a transit hotel for 3 days. It's the most boring place on earth. I have a very limited scope of functionality. There is one little fancy convenience store that I can get food from. They have given me vouchers for meals, and that's where I stand. It is now Sunday. I've been here one night, and I supposedly have to get a new certificate of entry from a Thai embassy or consulate, and that's a very narrow scope. I have I have to call my ass off here on Monday and see if the Switzerland Thai embassy will give me a new certificate of entry. And if not, Monday night here, the LA consulate in the US is open, and I'm going to have to beg them for one. If I cannot get the new certificate of entry, I have to go back to the US. And I'm very much going to give a good try at getting this new certificate of entry. So I think I can do it. I think in my experience, there are enough good people in the world to pass things through almost always. But then on the other hand, the person who blocked me from my flight, I question whether they were a good person, which sets me up in a little bit of doubt. Because their job is to read the papers and to know the rules. And it was pretty obvious. I will show the paper, the part of the paper that says I was allowed to fly. Let me get to that. Okay, so this is the part of this is my certificate of entry to go to Thailand. And on the bottom here, it says, I'll read it. It says, note to airlines, flight changes due to flight delay or cancellation only are permitted within 72 hours of the original flight time without the need to issue a new certificate of entry, provided that all other requirements are still valid. So that's what it says on here. And they wouldn't let me leave because I was supposed to be there by the 8th of, let me see, I was supposed to arrive May 8th, and I had a flight change. So I was going to arrive on May 9th, and they weren't allowing me entry onto the airplane. So I don't know, if they don't, if this doesn't go through, I may look for a legal issue because, I may try to sue the airlines of sorts because it's just, I'm all the way in Switzerland here. I'm stuck here for days. I'm really, I don't know, struggling. Yes, I'm struggling a little because, at best I'm losing 4 days of my trip to Thailand, at best. I already have a 14-day quarantine when I get to Thailand, and this is very here's my view inappropriate in the world D-Gate when you have problems at the Zurich
to
International
add
Airport
to the problems.
That's all I got.
It's
a
very
little bit,
important to
but I'm
try
stuck
to
here for a
make,
little while. So that's that.
to try to make life, to give some dignity back to life. I've already had 3 COVID tests. I had a flight change. I already have a 14-day quarantine when I arrive, and then they compounded it with this bit of insult by not doing the paperwork right and leaving me stranded in Switzerland in this drab hotel. But it's bad-ish. It's not a place you'd want to stay much of your life. So, okay. And this is, by the way, this is Swiss Airlines that did this to me. And they actually argued the point and tried to send me home. They actually treated me like I did things wrong, and it was them. They did this stuff. It's very clear on the certificate of entry that I was in the right, that I did everything correctly. So, how far are we going to go in this world of abusing people? This is insane. Anyway, I'm trying to keep my mood I'm trying to keep myself in a positive mode, and I think it's important to do so. There is a small amount of adventure in being in Switzerland in this place. It is only 3 days. I can see a small amount of the Alps. I'll put a picture in the video if I'm able. I have a few nice pictures that I will show if I'm able to make the video work that way. But anyway, I'm still heading to Thailand as far as I know. I think that's about everything, and I will do videos as we're able, and as new information comes up. Okay, signing off. Maybe I'll do a short video after these pictures. Just to clarify, the certificate of entry is a COVID requirement. Thailand's instated it at the time the COVID crisis started, so it is COVID related. Anyway, see y'all later.